All right. Good morning, everyone. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm exhausted today. And I really don't think I could do a gaming live stream. So I figured instead of my normal MO, which is like to kind of just, you know, push everything off and say I'm already kind of struggling with this a little bit, right? Instead of just pushing everything off and I don't know, trying to suffer in silence, I figured, well, hey, I'll come out on live stream, kind of just have a nice little conversation. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time. Well, we'll try anyways. I always say that, but it's today, I don't know. I'm kind of struggling a little bit. I did put up a couple of rules just for my own mental health. So if you're in a situation, I want people to be able to vent too if they want to, but if your situation's serious, this this chat isn't the best place for that. So I put up a really awesome website on screen. It's called translifeline.org. So if you have a serious thing going on, that is a wonderful resource to get started with. Please don't bring up any world news or politics or anything at all like that. I don't want to deal with that today. And yeah, just keep the commentary kind and constructive. I understand a lot of us are very knowledgeable in things, but yeah, keep it generalized as well. And other than that, if anybody wants to kind of open up about what's going on in their life and stuff like that, that's going to be kind of my goal today too. If you want to, I don't know. Like I said, I don't kind of really know what I'm doing with this one. I guess I'm just gonna say hi to everybody. Hello Jake, hello Dalton, hello peeps. Welcome to the stream. No, peeps was first. I never thought I'd get into a position where people would actually try to come into the streams and be first. But thank you all for showing up. I started this early too. I don't know if I could, I didn't even know if I could hold out to all the way to 12 o'clock to start the live stream. That's kind of where I'm at today. I'm wiped out kind of physically and emotionally right now. And I don't know, instead of yeah. It's been rough. It's been a rough week. And I put that video out on the channel earlier this week and kind of opened up about some of the things going on in my life. And I'm really trying very hard to get caught back up and stuff like that. And I'm just I don't know, I'm just not meeting my own expectations in my head. And that's probably the first problem. Oh, hesitate. Welcome to the stream. Gombik. See you there as well. Since I do have a couple moderators in the chat too, if anybody breaks these rules, please don't ban them. Just time them out at worst for 24 hours. I don't want to come down heavy on anybody. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, don't. It's not that serious. Just so we can all stay cool. Hi Rain, I hope you start feeling better soon. I am in some ways, and obviously I'm also putting a lot of pressure on myself right now too. So in other ways, I'm kind of burnt out a little bit again. Ah, Jake, thank you. Well, guess what? I'm kind of warming up to even how I want to start. I guess if anybody wants to I don't know, talk about anything that's going on in their life. How's everybody's day doing today? Aw. You know what? You all get some head pats and hearts too. Head pats, hearts, and hugs for everybody. We made it to Friday, right? So hey, that's the first thing we can all check off our list, right? We all made it here. We made it to today. We made it to the live stream. We're here together as a community. I had to clear out the attic, but now I'm free for the rest of the day. See, you've already got, like, your whole day figured out. You're doing already better than I am. Can't really talk. That's okay. That's what I... You can keep it generalized, too, if you're comfy, but if you're not comfy bringing it up, don't worry about it. It's okay. There are better times and places than YouTube live stream chat to bring certain topics up. I totally respect that. King did IRL D&D. Oh yeah, clear it out. Cleanup crew. We ended on the second floor in that campaign. For anybody who doesn't have context, I've been trying D&D for the first time. It's been so much fun. Peeps is there. Dalton King is there. There's a couple of people that are regulars in the chat here that have been playing. It's something I've been looking really forward to. I also feel super bad about it, like in the back of my mind, because unfortunately, I can't give it the same kind of attention I think everybody else has been able to give to it. And, you know, that makes me feel bad because, like, I want to participate at that same level, but it's like even when I was playing last time, I had to, like, do other things. Like, I have, like, paperwork and stuff I've got to fill out sometimes, and it's just like, it's just like, there's, like, sometimes I just can't catch a break. Even when I want to, like, get back and relax, like, I still find myself, like, having to work on things just to kind of...
A droplet named Credow has joined the rain cloud.
I guess is the best way to put it. Oh, Dalton, thank you so much for the... Aw. Everybody, head pats in chat for Dalton. Thank you. Also, peeps, since you're, like, super awesome and a regular here, you are going to... How do I do this? There we go. Wait, did that work? It should have worked. There you go. Oh, Mr. Lower, welcome to the stream. Rowan, welcome as well. There we go. Peeps, I have deputized you. Use your powers for good and not evil, my friend. I trust all of I trust all the moderators in this chat. Yeah, I don't hand it out willingly, because trust me, I've been burned super hard doing that before, so I've learned my lesson. It takes a while, but you know. I hope it was worth it. I don't know, did you get to be mod here in my chat? It feels like I just, like, rewarded you with extra work. Expand Radiolab. The only thing you'll really have to do, because my filters are pretty good these days, peeps, so hopefully you're not seeing the same level of, like, bad and gross comments that I used to get exposed to. The most I think you'll need to handle is, like, sometimes people will get caught in the spam filter and they'll be saying something cute, like pat, 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 and you'll have to manually approve those comments. That's pretty much it. The only other thing, like, if somebody says something, like, transphobic or horrible or just, like, outright, like, disgusting, you can send them to the shadow realm by just, you know, there's, like, I can't remember how it's phrased. Hold on, let me click on something. I don't want to, like, accidentally do it, right? Oh, hide user on channel. Yeah, we'll never see them again. All their comments will be gone. They're shadow banned from the channel. So, you can do that, but then you can also just time people out. If it's not that serious, I usually just time them out for 24 hours, and then I can come back for the next one. But that's it. There's the moderator spiel. Oh, hello, Marshallis. Welcome. Send them to the Shadow Realm. Absolutely, especially if they're being horrible and transphobic. We have a zero tolerance policy. I had somebody come in here like a while ago and they're like, but my free speech. And I'm like, well, not in my live stream chat. Go do your free speech somewhere else. Like, seriously, don't pull that line on me. Come on now. Like I'm going to like lend you over control of my chat just because you pulled up a First Amendment issue. You really don't understand the First Amendment if you think that's gonna fly around here. Oh, okay. All right, I guess. So, like, what the biggest thing that's like kind of going on with me today, and like the reason why like I'm like kind of struggling to pull it together this morning, is because the seasons are starting to change here, and the weather is getting colder. It has been raining, which, you know, I actually like the rain, but it really drags me down. So like between the cold weather and all the moisture and everything, I'm having a very bad pain day. I didn't sleep very much last night. I think I got like maybe solid 3 hours at best. I just could not like stay asleep to save my life. Anytime like I moved a little bit, it woke me up, and it's like at a certain point, like, I don't know, I just kind of give up. I do. I just give up. Like, there's no point. Like, if I get up and I have to like do anything outside of the bed for a minute, like, and I have to like walk and experience like even more pain, like, that's it. I'm done. I'm awake. It's like you might as well just get the day started at this point. And that's like that really sucks because I can't like wind back down properly to go back to sleep. It's a big issue I deal with. And it's something that like kind of like has like a real big impact on like what I do, because I can't draw tired. I can't be funny and like thoughtful, and you know, like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like, but it's like it drags on everything. It drags on like my mood, my attitude, my workflow, my work ethics, and it's kind of like a vicious cycle, because once I get there, it's just kind of just start beating myself up about it, and I don't know. I just feel bad because like now I'm not keeping up with my own with like the schedule I set up for myself, like, because this is my work. I get to pick what I do, but then I can't even keep the things I want to follow through on. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to articulate it right. I don't really do this very often, so like, please, like, be forgiving if it's not coming out 100% clear. Anyways, that's kind of like a little bit of a summary of like kind of just like one of the things that's like kind of dragging me down. Oh, JVPKO, welcome. I tried to update the descriptions again, and I completely botched it. So if you go down and look at like how I have all your Bandcamp stuff set up, it's like an absolute disaster. That'll give you a little chuckle, but it's still there. All the links work, so hey, I got it half right. If anybody doesn't know, JVPKO provides some of the live stream music for the live stream. So I do have links for them down in the description below, even though it's an absolute disaster right now. I mean, all the formatting I thought was going to work on YouTube didn't, and I didn't realize that before I like updated all. So it's like, well, true to my nature, I just scuffed the shit out of everything. So there you go. I'll fix it after the stream, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. I haven't figured it out yet. Just hope you're doing okay. I'm trying. Well, and that's part of like what I'm doing here today. Like, cause usually like my like go-to is suffer in silence and not like really open up about like how I feel. It's like that old like military bravado bullshit from like ye olden days in my life, like where it's like, no, you've just got to sit there and you've got to take it on the chin. Who gives a shit, right? Like, you've just got to sit there and suffer. And it's like, do I really have to do that this time? Like, I really am trying to grow as a person, and maybe opening up a little bit more and just showing, I don't know, the not so perfect side maybe the side that's not always 100% funny, and I don't know, like I'm not even 100% sure like where I'm going with any of this, but I don't know. We're here. And that did, yeah. Sorry. I know I usually like I'm a little bit more like put together, but when it rains it pours. Aw. Rain, you aren't bad, you're just a goober. Aw. I mean, and I'll be honest with you, like, I do love spending time with you, and it's like, I'm trying not to, like, hide from the community. I'm trying to, like, I don't know. I want this to be a place where, like, we can feel comfortable, like, leaning on each other, but, like, how can I project that properly out into the community if I don't practice that myself? And I find myself very often like doing the whole like do as I say, not as I do, because I'll tell everybody else to take care of themselves and to go get help and, you know, like do the self-care, and then I find myself going, well, I don't deserve any of that crap. Like, no, I'm the exception that makes the rule true? Question mark? That doesn't make any sense, right? So I don't know. That's just me trying on a different thing, seeing if it works for me. Yeah, it's perfectly normal not to be composed 24/7. I mean, that comes a lot. And like, I know I don't bring this up a lot on the channel, but like, I am a Marine Corps veteran, and that experience in my life was pretty traumatizing, to say the least. I don't think I need to explain that too much to anybody. And like, it really does have like an overarching impact on like how I operate, how I set up things, and why my standards are high, and why I feel the need to kind of like beat myself up over it when I don't meet those ridiculous expectations. Because that's like what we're supposed to do in the military. I can't really, I don't know. I don't want to get like overly explain it or anything. It's kind of, it's a tough subject to bring up anyways. Oh, hello, Saltskin. Welcome. Welcome. Sorry if I'm missing anybody in the chat. I'm doing my best. I mean, but hey, I got the chat above my head so everybody can see what's going on. We've got it on the record. You're all too sweet to me. I just want you to know that. You're all, like, way too sweet to me. I also think you have a lot of stress because you have a community and feel as though you are responsible, and I hope you don't feel as though you have to put on a mask to basically maintain normalcy. So, like, that's kind of, like, where I was at, like, before. And, like, no. Like, alright, so I've literally had this conversation privately with a few people, but it's like, I've admitted to people, it's like, I don't want to show up here and depress and like drop depression bombs on my community, right? Like, I want to be that place where people like come to get joy and get happy and like, I don't know, feel better, tune out the other like bullshit that's going on in the world. That's why I'm very selective about the topics I bring up here. I try not to wade too much into controversy because like that sucks. Like, everything else sucks in the world. I don't need to throw more problems in people's faces, right? Like, and it's really nobody else's responsibility to fix the bullshit in my life. Like, honestly, like, I don't know, maybe that's part of the whole, like, fucked up, like, Marine Corps mentality I have, right? Is like, nobody has to fix my problems. Oh, and let me carry all of yours too at the same time because I know I can handle it. And I don't know, it's kind of insane, like, when you really, like, articulate it like that, doesn't it? It sounds, like, absolutely awful. Oh, God, okay, well. But, like, that's just kind of, like, part of, like, some of the things, like, I kind of go through internally. Your community wouldn't be here if you weren't welcome, and you are devaluing your own problems because nobody wants to. Yeah, I do it to myself, and you're 100% right. Like, no, you're nailing it. You're honestly nailing it. So, yes, we did. We spanned love. You're all doing an amazing job. You've all earned all these head pats I'm about to send into chat. Me personally, being able to peer beyond the veil even a little bit is what we're here for. I've really gotta keep that in mind too. Right? I mean, that's why I got away from the whole, like, robot thing. Nobody wants a perfect, happy robot person, right? That's just here to serve you up happiness and you can kind of order around to... Nobody wants that, right? Like, I don't know. I think I'm the person who's the most uncomfortable with it. And, like, that's just part of some of the things I work through to try to, like, find that happiness, to try to, like, kind of chip away at that mask a little bit, to, like, I don't know, be more real, be more like the person I want to be in my heart, instead of, like, just following... yeah, I don't know, sorry. Turns out you could copy and paste the custom emojis. I wonder if that would allow people to use them without a membership. They might. If anybody here doesn't have a membership, they can try, but, like, there's so many gifted memberships. It's gonna be kind of hard. I think the only one is Rowan right now. Rowan might not have one, so if they're up for trying. I DM'd you some vids you should watch later. I'm doing some experimental content. I actually, like, really pushed myself very hard yesterday, so I ended up recording, like, 6 random, like, videos. And the footage is pretty good. I had to correct some of the issues that I had with it, because, like, the audio channels, like, were, like, too equalized, so it's like you couldn't tell what was what, but that was, like, an easy fix. I just had to re-render the videos. But, like, there's lots of, like,
named
raw
Lewin has
footage.
joined the rain
Oh,
cloud.
Dalton King. Oh my... Thank you. Head pats in the chat for Dalton King. So generous today. Thank you. You're all too kind to me, honestly. Like, that's... I brought it up a few times before, but, like... You know, like, go back to my first ever Voxel Libre video. If anybody's ever, like, really curious, you want to see, like, what's going on. I think I had, like, 2 people who came into chat the entire time, and, like, I spent the entire chat basically talking to myself, and, like, nobody showed up, really. I mean, it was, like, maybe a couple of views on it. It's, I don't know, it's so insane. Like, and from my perspective too, it's taken so long for all of you to, like, to get here, but, like, the thing that's, like, absolutely crazy to me is, like, that you all stay, right? It's like, it took a while for each one of you to, like, become part of it, but, like, now that it's, like, together, it's, like, from my perspective, it's like watching people, like, kind of fill a room slowly. And I know, like, some of you have come here and you already see all the others, you see your peers, like, today, but, like, I mean, honestly, the very first regular in the stream was Dark Raven, who also is a musical contributor to this live stream, so I would be remiss to not mention that. I have some links in the description below for them as well. But, you know, Dark Raven was, like, one of the first people that came here and just, like, spent time with me as a person, and has always been here throughout, like, the entire journey, and, like, that's not something to be understated in any capacity. And, you know, it's like, you have no idea how much I appreciate things like that, because, like, I've always spent my whole life kind of feeling like I could never really get anywhere with any of this stuff. Like, I really did open up the channel back in, and, like, I was like, this, I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna fail instantly. I'm gonna fall flat on my face. This is completely stupid. I abandoned the channel for a year. Anybody who was interested, like, probably left already, right? And, like, they're not even gonna know who this person is anymore. I deleted most of my content anyways. Like, that's where I started, and the fact that we even got here is, I don't know. You're getting assimilated by the Borg. Resistance is futile. Oh my goodness, I love Star Trek too. Oh, Demozan, welcome. I'm currently doing my event. I hope it's going well. I know you've been working on it for a long time, sending me, like, the plans, the industry plans that you've been working on hard too. Demozan puts in a lot of work for the games and the community. communities that they participate in. I'm glad. I know. I kind of feel bad that I don't always give demos and like I mentioned that to them the other day too. I was just like, you know, I'm sorry, like I'm so busy these days and like I've got so much going on. Like I really wish I had more time to like keep on top of like the conversations that should be important to me and like, I don't know, make more rational decisions sometimes. But that's like kind of I guess that's kind of part of the problem with getting overwhelmed. You deserve so much of this and more. You all do too. Like, it's not just about me. This isn't the, you know, this isn't the, that's like the whole point. That's why like I named the Discord community and our community Brains Refuge, because it's not just about me. I want it to be a place where anybody could feel comfortable. Lemon Zest, welcome. I'm sorry if I missed you earlier. Glitch, welcome as well. Sorry this isn't like one of those normal, cheery, happy, chatty live streams. I did. I just haven't had a chance to like really go through them properly. Like I do glance them over, but like that's kind of like part of some of the stuff I was bringing up. I just like, I don't know, like I really try my best to keep on top of like everything because I do want all this stuff to work, and I just feel like, I don't know, maybe my expectations for myself are too high. I mean, who records 6 videos in a single day? That's kind of a little bit insane. I don't know, like I feel like I get that good positive energy sometimes, and then I try to capitalize on it way too hard. And then when I can't like go as far as I want to go, I can beat myself up over it. There, all this problem is just a passing thing. I know it's a phase. But we'll get through it. Like, and I know like other people are struggling right now too. Like the whole world seems to be going through a lot these days, and it's not just about me. The only thing I can do though is really offer my perspective on how like just my own personal like struggles with my disability and just everything else kind of impact me. And I guess just instead of hiding from it, let's just open up about it. I think 6 videos in a day is a bit much, yeah. Like that's... God, okay. So like to kind of explain that behavior a little bit, so like when I was in basic training in the military, and like maybe I should just, if anybody doesn't want to hear about any of it, like it's probably a good time to like click off the stream. I won't get like overly detailed or anything, but if you're like sensitive to military kind of stuff, like I totally get that. I respect it. So, you know, if you need to pop off for a couple of minutes, that's totally valid. I'm not going to be offended. But like, so where the behavior comes from is, and a lot of people might not realize this, like they see the yelling and the stuff, like when they do the promotional videos for like the military, right? Like, I'm sure we're all familiar with that. The commercials where they make it really cool and they're doing all the obstacles, and you see somebody getting yelled at, but it kind of looks like in a motivating way. What they really don't tell you is like, no, actually it's like they're breaking you. Like they want to break you. Like it's pretty bad, like the way that they will treat you. And what they refer to it as is they call it like being trained by the numbers, right? So what I've got, like, to kind of explain how it works is, like, all right, so like when you first get there, you have to get dressed in the morning, right? So what they'll do is they'll tell everybody at the same time, 98 other people in this room all have to put their left sock on, and you have to do it in 3 seconds. And every single person, by the time you hit 1, better have their left sock on their foot and their heel on the line. Or guess what? We start over. And it doesn't matter if we've got all the way almost dressed and we're down to like just buttoning up our last button. If somebody screws it up, we all screw it up. We've all failed, and we all have to start over with that left sock one more time. And that kind of failure behavior, and like, that's the thing. Like, I've been pushed so many times for 3 months straight, because that's the training period for like for Marine Corps boot camp. And like that's where a lot of that comes from, is I'm just conditioned that like, okay, you can't accept failure, you must retry, you must retry, you must retry, you must retry, you must retry until you get it 100% perfect every single time. That's how they train you, and they train you by the numbers. They put you under an extreme amount of mental and emotional pressure, in all honesty, to break you, so that you just get so conditioned to it that you ignore the outside factors. You ignore the screaming, you ignore the yelling, and you just do the things that you're told. And you do them as quickly and in as best way possible every single time, close to perfection as you can possibly make it. And hopefully I didn't like get overly detailed there in a way that like would be triggering or upsetting to anybody, but like that's the experience there. And that's like part of like some of the issue that I have to work through. It really, yeah, that sounds really abusive. Yeah, and it is. And I won't like go, like I said, I won't get like too much into it, because like I don't want to like overly upset anybody about it or anything, right? But like, I'll tell you one of the worst things, and I still have nightmares about this, okay? But like what they have for a punishment is called the sand pit, and it's as bad as it like sounds. So what they make you do is they can't beat you, right? They can't hit you, they can't punch you, they can't do that to you, right? So like, how do they punish? Like, how do they get away with corporal punishment in Marine Corps boot camp? They put you in a like basically like what would be like the equivalent of a child's sandbox, and they force you to exercise and roll around inside of it. And it's out in the blazing hot sun, and it's awful, and it's endless, and you've got like 3 huge people screaming at you, and they're constantly telling you to like get back on your feet and get back on your back, right? So you're doing crunches, and then you're just running in place, and it's all on purpose to trip you up, confuse you, frustrate you. You know, that's the whole point of it. Oh, hello, Paragon. Hello, Cappy. Welcome. Hopefully I didn't get overly descriptive there, but like, that's like kind of like the balance, the other half of it, right? And they did that to everybody. Nobody was spared any of it. But that's, you know what they say when anybody complains about it? They'll say, well, you signed the mother effing contract. And you know what? There's a big, huge truth to that, because it's like, I wasn't drafted in. I mean, I wouldn't know since the audio cracked while you told the story. Oh, I'm sorry. My microphone's all messed up, and I don't know how to fix it. I've been tinkering with it for like the past 2 days, and it's just absolutely driving me insane. I don't know if it's because of like how far I'm sitting, or there's too much echo in the room, and like my like background like filter thing is like just killing off parts of my voice now because it's thinking it's an echo. I don't actually know. I can help. JVPKO. If you could please DM me. I might not be able to get to it immediately, but if you want to send me a DM, like please, I've been struggling with the microphone issues. It's driving me crazy. Otherwise, like really well recorded like videos are like getting, I have to re-record lines all the time because of the cracking, the popping, the random weirdness with the audio. If I could just like figure it out, like Jesus, I would get so much more done. I'm constantly backtracking on my own work. I didn't think I could be more anti-army. Yeah, like I discourage as many people as possible to enlist in the military. Like, please don't do that to yourself. I know that like in some countries and in some places you don't get a choice. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I wish there was something I could do there, but like for those who do have a choice, please consider better options. Please, I implore you. That is not a decision that you should be taking lightly. because nobody in that situation is going to sell you common sense. They're going to tell you it's the best decision you'll ever make. They will. They will tell you. They will give you every reason. They will make you feel like you're a hero for doing it. You're going to put your name on that paper. Everyone's going to love you. You're going to be great. Everyone will sing your praises. Don't you want to be a hero to all of your friends and family? I know exactly what the recruiting lines are. Because they take you out on recruiter's assistance after basic training.
A droplet named
Oh my
Rainbow
goodness,
Anomaly
Gombic, thank
has
you
joined
so
the rain
much for the
cloud.
gifts. Everybody, head pats in chat for Gombic. Thank you so much. I almost missed that. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize the sound effects were playing in the background. I feel bad.
A droplet named Selena
wasn't
Lenara
paying
has joined the
attention.
rain cloud. A droplet named Xena Growls has joined the rain cloud.
I want to join the military here because you mostly do paperwork. I mean, it's a decision that, oh, well, here's where I'll leave it. It's a decision that should not be taken lightly. If it's something you end up landing on, I mean, I personally, like, if I had to go back in time, I would convince myself to do anything other than that. But if that's where you end up landing, like, I don't want to discourage people from following their dreams either. I'm just going to say that it's something that you really want to take with, like, a huge grain of salt, and don't let anybody convince you it's the right decision just because you're going to, I don't know, because they're feeding you a bunch of BS, you know? Just be very careful. It's your life. You only have one of it. And you don't want to get to, like, where I am and I look back at, like, half of my life and go, well, you've just wasted all of that. Like, that was a complete waste of time. Everything you did, everything you were, everything you thought you were, it's gone now. I mean, I'm glad I'm not that person anymore, right? But it's like, you know, I'm like halfway through my life and it's like the first, like, half of it, it's like, was completely pointless and wasted. I don't know. I know it's not like that. I know that it doesn't work that way, right? Like, I don't get to just delete that person, right? But, like, that's kind of how it feels at the same time too. One of my old school friends told me I should join the military, but I told him, unfortunately, I have a rare condition called laziness, so I couldn't. I mean, honestly, you're doing a great service. And I salute you. Yeah, let me give you the rainy salute. There you go. That's the rainy salute. You're doing the right thing there. If you want my opinion on it. Here, if you join the military, you can go free schooling. Yeah, that's what they told me too. I obviously you live somewhere else, peeps, so, like, what I'm saying isn't going to be relevant, but they sold me on that line. And, like, be just real about it. Like, I was so messed up from the military. I was doing well into school, but, like, I just, like, couldn't handle it. And, like, I don't know. And then, like, when I dropped out, they're like, well, too bad, you dropped out. Like, so you lost that now. And it's like, screw you, right? You're the ones who messed me up in the first place. Like, why are you going to punish me over this? I thought this was supposed to be a benefit, right? Like, I don't know. Like, they're really difficult about it. And, like, they wouldn't even send me my money. So, like, halfway through the semester, I'd have my, like, professors screaming at me. And they're like, you need to drop this class if you don't have the book. And I'm like, I don't have the money for it. They haven't sent the stipend yet. And I'm like, please. And, like, I would seriously, I'm like, you know, I'm an adult. I'm not, like, one of the 18-year-old students that comes in here that you need to babysit, right? I'm in my mid-20s now. Like, don't come down on me about this stuff that I can't control. And, like, I've actually, like, dropped, like, classes. That was, like, how, like, the whole thing started to dissemble, is because, like, I don't want to have these arguments with these people. I'm not a child. I have been through more than, like, I understand that most of the people that go to that, like, that community college might have a maturity issue. I'm not one of them. I'm giving you facts. So frustrating. Anyways, so I dropped out of community college. There's a fun fact about me. Also, it'd be difficult for me to join the army. Well, PTSD. Yeah, it's tough. Literally, none of my professors have ever cared if I have a book or not, to be honest. They kind of just let you do whatever you want. Yeah, some of these professors are on power trips, and I don't know. I don't know if they just, because I looked younger at the time, like they just assumed, or whatever it was, but like, I don't know. I had conflict issues with a lot of them about like stupid crap like that, and I'm just like, I'm doing the best I can here. To be, I guess I don't know if this is like helps or makes it worse, but like the one I got into it with the worst was like a law professor, because I was doing criminal justice. I wanted to be an investigator. I wanted to be a detective at one point in my life, which is kind of like why I like looking into things. And like, I don't know, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm an investigator. I never actually finished the coursework to earn that, right? But it's like, that's where an interest for like looking into things and kind of telling a story comes from, because it's always been like, I don't know, something I would have pursued if it worked out for me. PI Rain. I mean, hey, you never know. I mean, I got this far. If you told me back then I was going to be a girl, I would have told you that you're absolutely crazy, so you never know, right? Like, honestly, you never know. You know, it's kind of weird that you brought that up, though. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I used to have this thought. And it's like, what if I grew up and I was so completely different, I didn't recognize myself anymore? And when I was a kid, I didn't really understand what that meant. But, you know, now, being middle-aged and, like, looking back at my life, I don't know, maybe it does make sense. Maybe there was a reason I used to think like that. You know, growing up, like, nobody knew about being transgender. Like, that wasn't a thing. For me, at least, growing up, I never was exposed to it. I always felt like something, but, like, I don't even have words to, like, put feelings to words, right? Like, I know that's confusing and poorly stated, but, like, honestly, like, how do you even identify something if you don't know anything about it? Well, I grew up in the 90s, so it was particularly not talked about, and the very few examples I recall of it being a thing growing up was not in a great, it was not expressed in a necessarily positive way without like getting too much into it. The amount of progress I've seen in the LGBT community and how people perceive our community is huge, because I recall growing up with it, and there was a lot of bigotry around it for a while. And, you know, there still is, but we have made progress, at least based on my observations, we have. I mean, the fight's not over, but we're getting there. We really, like, I mean, especially from, like, I don't know, that's, like, it's very anecdotal and very narrow, because that's the only perspective I have, though. I was only ever exposed to trans people in media, being gross perverts. Yeah, so, like, I can throw up a couple of examples. And this kind of sucks, because I don't know, my relationship with Adam Sandler and his content has changed, because I rewatched some of those films, and every time there is a trans person on there, like, it is extremely transphobic, the depiction of that person. And I'm, like, not really cool with that. And, like, if you want to see the one that I think is the most, like, gross example of it, and obviously don't go look this up if it's going to be triggering. Like, that's your content warning there, right? But there's a scene from the film Anger Management, and it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, in my opinion. I don't know. I can't watch that film again and take it seriously anymore. Like, it's just, Like, did nobody have a proper thought before they filmed that scene? I don't know. I found more trans creators after I started getting into Naira's community, and I found Ring. I'm up. Oh my goodness. Wait, that's how you found me? Things have substantially improved. Yeah, I know. And I know it feels like hard in the moment too, because there's a lot going against our community these days. Again, I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to get into specifics because I don't think this is the place for it, but there's a lot weighing down on our community these days. And I know it feels hard in the moment, but like, that's why this fight is worth having. And that's just something I do want to remind everybody of. Like, what we're doing today is impactful for the future generations. And it sucks that we have to deal with it. I get it. But I also have seen the other half of that coin and how far we've come from that point. So it is worth fighting for. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm proud. That's why I have the refuge. You have a place to rest when you need it so that we can all go back out there and fight the good fight together. Because we are stronger together, and together we are unstoppable. They can't take us all down. But, you know, I totally get it, because even I, like, need a place to just hang up my hat sometimes and just take it easy, even if I don't want to. I guess it also doesn't help that a lot of people consider LGBT representation in media problematic. Yeah, well, that's why I'm trying to change the narrative there as best as I can. And I know I'm not like a huge, like, I'm not huge, right? Like, I'm not like this huge YouTuber who can like put out a video and have like this screaming voice across the platform, but I do try. I want to be a good representation for our community. I want to bring joy. I want to bring happiness. I want to have a place of healing, right? We deserve that. We all deserve it. I deserve it. I don't want anybody to ever have to suffer like I have, like, through my life, and have to go through like the first half of their life and go, oh my God, like, I wasted all that time pretending to be something I'm not, or anything like that, you know? Like, that's why I built it. That's why I put it there. That's why I do the things I do. It's why I keep showing up, because like, it's not just about me anymore. Like, when I started the channel and I came back and like there was nobody there, like, it didn't matter, right? But now it matters. Now it does matter. It doesn't matter to hundreds of thousands of people, and it doesn't need to. It matters to the people who use it, and that's the reason I keep pushing and I keep fighting, and I won't give up on that. But, you know, I conflicted. You know, it's just, it's hard. It's hard to, I think I just need to learn to like drop some of my ridiculous standards. What really confuses me about representation is when allies are against it because being taken advantage of corpos or something. Yeah, yeah, it's the corporation thing is like so annoying. Like, they'll turn your back on this. They'll turn their backs on this community as soon as it stops making the money, and Budweiser proved that. Anheuser-Busch proved that to the world. And that's all I gotta say about that. I found you as recommended after watching the Mighty Nebby. Aw. I don't ever know how people find the channel. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I know how I find other people's channel and like small content creators, right? But like, I don't know. I don't get to see the other half of that coin. Y'all just kind of just, from my perspective, magically show up, and some of you stick around forever, which is like really amazing. This is a small yet great community. It's really fun to be part of. I'm really glad you feel that way, and I know you spend a lot of time with Leon too. I wish I had more time to spend with her. You want to talk about something that I feel like I absolutely have screwed up? Is like, I do not get enough time with the person like that I look up to, the person I have always like looked up to in this community, and that really breaks my heart. And like the worst part is like she's tried to invite me to like hang out with her, but like I've either been too sick or too busy or too caught up in my own stuff, and it's like, you know, I don't know. I feel really bad about that. But that really drags down on me, and it's like it's hard to bring up because like I don't want to just be like, oh hey, sorry I haven't hung out with you because I'm like having like a fucking meltdown in my life right now, right? Like I don't want to bomb because like she goes through her own struggles, right? Like I don't know. It's like again, I'm doing it again, but it's like it weighs on me. It weighs on me. She's such a good person. She's so talented. I love her art. She's the reason I became an artist. Her drawings are the reason I started drawing to begin with. And I've always looked at her progress and her transition as something that, I don't know, like for the first time, I really thought like, hey, maybe I can do this too. Maybe I can be just like her in a small way, you know? So she's always just been really good to me. Hold on, you know what? I gotta go get a link to her channel. Give me a second. And it's gonna pop up here. Let me grab that. That's the least I can do, right? I gotta find it now. The subscriptions. Manage. A to Z. Alright, let's go down to L. B H J K. Almost there. There it is. You and Leon were the people who inspired me to do pixel art. Wait, I inspired you to do art? Like, I can understand if she inspired you to do art, but I'm still learning. I'm nowhere near as good as Leon is. She is on a whole other level. And I've brought this up a couple of times on some, like, other live streams and some videos I've done in the past, but, like, her line art is very unique. It's very hard to... I consider myself, like, one of my best skills is I'm really good at referencing things. I've got a photographic memory. But even if I'm, like, staring at a drawing, and even if I wanted to try to copy it one-to-one, the way she draws is so unique, it's actually really hard to emulate. Like, it's not something you can just copy, which is why I always felt like every time I've tried to use some of her artwork as, like, reference practice, I've, like, absolutely just missed the mark almost 100%. And she'll keep telling me I'm doing fine and it looks great. But like, I don't know. I see the difference. Like, I can tell that she's got the artist touch, whereas I'm still trying to find some of my own, like, just like kind of find my own way of doing it. Kind of like she does. Also, entirely valid, Rain. Just remember that it's perfectly fine to be honest with somebody. Saying you've been having a rough time or whatever is perfectly fine. It isn't selfish in any way. I know. I'm just being too hard on myself, and I'm sure if, like, she even caught wind that I said something like that, she would be like, absolutely, why not? Like, why would you even, like, think that way, right? But it's like, that's kind of, like, part of, like, the own, like, internal war I have with myself sometimes is, like, I don't want to burden people with my problems. And, like, sometimes, I don't know, like, it just... You know what I mean, though, right? Like, I don't know. Leon's style is good. I love how she does expressions. Sim! Oh my goodness, welcome to the stream. Sorry, it's, like, not, like, the happy, cheerful ones I usually do. Also, feel that, Rain. I have to miss time with my localish friends constantly, and she has her own problems. Shit is real. I've avoided bugging you for that reason this week. Aw, you can bug me anytime. I love having I love chatting with you. Also, your art is awesome, and also your mods for Stardew Valley are awesome, and the emojis you've made. By the way, does everybody like the rain hug emoji with the bot? Does everybody like this emoji? Hold on, I'm gonna spam it in chat so that we all know what I'm talking about. Does everybody love this emoji? Sim was the one who made it. So, if you love it, spam the hug emoji for Sim in honor. Rain, I'm trying to be in a bad mood. Stop. That's not gonna stop me. My #1 goal is to make everybody happy if I can. Even if I can, even if I like, I'm not perfect. I always try to bring a little bit of joy to everybody's day if I can. That's why I do the drawings. That's what got me addicted to drawing. Right? Like, to be honest with you, it was like, I didn't care that it was getting shared a lot. I don't care that like people, the fact that people look at it and they go, wow, that's really cool. Like that made me happy. It's like I kind of pulled them in for a second and brighten their day a little. And that's why I've always liked to draw like cute things or fun things. Like, so like people can have like that little moment of happiness. It's one of the reasons why I keep drawing. And like, it doesn't matter if it's perfect or not. Like I also like always wanted to just show like, hey, like my art sucks sometimes, but I'm going to post it anyways. Like not everything Rain draws is like this perfect like masterpiece. Like I've made some really shitty art, Sim has seen some of it. I've made some really shitty art, but I posted it anyways. Oh, Escape, welcome. Oh, and Miss Anna, welcome as well. I'm here. I'm gonna go hard on prep work today after work. Oh, for the D&D. Oh, yes, I'm looking forward to it. I actually brought that up earlier in stream. I'm really excited. I am successful beyond my wildest dream because 2 people liked my comics. Absolutely. I mean, like, that's always been my mentality. Because, like, honestly, like, when I did my first drawing, same mentality that I had with this YouTube channel. And, like, when I started with the channel, is I was like, nobody's gonna like this. Everybody's gonna tell me I suck at drawing and to go away and, like, don't ever pick up a pencil again, right? And, like, that wasn't the reaction I got. Like, people, like, were encouraging and inspiring and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I definitely set myself up to fail and was shocked when I didn't. Just give me just 1 second. I'm just gonna go grab a refill of water in my water bottle. This is actually probably a really good opportunity for anybody else who's really thirsty right now to go and get themselves a nice drink. I'll be back in 2 seconds. All right, I'm back. I've got my water. I hope everybody else got something to drink, preferably water, but hey, tea is a good option. I think I drank too much coffee this morning, which I often do when I feel this exhausted, which I usually works for giving me lots of energy, but now I just feel like I'm somewhere between a caffeine high and about to like pass out. Not really, but like, you know what I mean? I'm giving two extremes as an example. Like, it's not really that bad. It's just, I'm stuck in like in some weird limbo in between those two extremes. Oh, hello, Sharky. It's getting late for me. I'm off to eat. I'm sorry if I missed you earlier. But I wanted to say one message to you as a reminder. Where you are right now isn't something most people can achieve. I don't even know what is socially allowed and no. And you grow from the pits you're in, which isn't what everybody does. So remember, you're doing very fine. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my goodness. Oh, Sharky, I thank you so much. And I know that we all struggle in our own ways. And, you know, I mean, thank you. I really needed to hear that. You're very sweet. Oh, Mitsu, welcome to the stream. I like your Clippy profile picture. For obvious reasons, I can't change my profile picture to Clippy. I thought about how I would do it, but it's like, that also messes with like people's ability to recognize who I'm actually am. I haven't found. Maybe I'll just get a Clippy icon for the stream or something. I don't know. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a middle ground. I haven't had the ability to actually think that through properly. It has been pretty kind of sad adjacent so far. Aw. Clippy with rain hair? Oh, I could draw a Clippy. Maybe I could draw a Clippy and I'll try to do an anime version of Louis Rossman. That'd be cool. I like him. I like him a lot. I've always watched his content. I remember watching it because I was just nerding out and just wanted to see a bunch of like weird repair videos. And he was like the most brutally honest person about it. And that's what I'd like. I was like, yeah. I like that. Taking it to the man. I hate corporate greed, so like we're natural allies. Did I forget the break thing again? Damn it! I always do that. I saw someone use Clippy with Hatsune Miku beard. With Hatsune Miku hair. I said beard. Oh goodness. And it was very good. All right, I think we can pull this off. I wonder if anybody in the community wants to do it as a challenge. That would be fun. That'd be something fun if anybody wanted to take that up. I slept through my birthday yesterday and I feel guilty for not being up and cheery for the family, but Miss Rain really cheers me up and I feel better. You all make me feel better too. You know what I could do? Since I am starting to feel better. Hold on, we've got to change. I've been wearing a frown the whole time, but having you all here, speaking with you, seeing everybody talk and communicate.
A droplet named Jack the Reaper has joined the rain cloud.
That's why I wanted to try to change it up. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much, Escape.
Fidget Cube has joined the rain cloud.
Give me 1 second. You're gonna see the behind the scenes how I switch this up. Be able to just
go. A droplet named Kustia16 has joined the rain cloud.
It's this one. Open. Oh.
A droplet named Puppy Loaf has joined the rain
cloud. You're getting me in my old school uniform now. There you go. I just changed costumes mid-sec.
A droplet named Senderman1 has joined the rain cloud.
Hopefully that wasn't weird and glitchy and like all over the place. How do we like the original rain uniform? I know I don't get to break it out very often. But this was like my V1 version of my like get up. It was very much Vocaloid uniform. Because I love Vocaloid. Every time you use Krita to Photoshop something, Rich Installman stubs his toe on something. Oh my goodness. Well, like, that's how I have to explain it to, like, common people. Like, if I'm having a conversation with my mom, she's not gonna know what Krita is. And, like, I have a choice here. I can spend a very long conversation explaining what Krita is, why it's different, right? Or I could just be like, yeah, I just photoshopped that. Right? I'm sorry, I know. It's a crutch, though. Like, I mean, sometimes it's just not worth getting into the conversation. Bad that I thought you'd just become Teto for a second. Honestly, like that was the inspiration behind the uniform. Because of Kasane Teto. If there is a reason I became obsessed with drawing Kasane Teto. I mean, I resonate with her so much. One, everybody thought she was a joke, and I thought I was a joke. Two, she's middle-aged and trying to make something of herself. And I'm middle-aged and trying to make something of myself. And she has a dream to become a real Vocaloid, just like Hatsune Miku. And I have a dream of becoming a real YouTuber one day. So, like, I don't know. Like, it's kind of like our destinies aligned. And I just kind of stumbled upon her. Like, after I started, like, getting into Miku, I was like, well, obviously, like, Teto was going to come up eventually. But, like, I really resonated with her more than Miku. I still listen to Teto music probably more than Miku music. It's actually 50-50, but oh god, it's all amazing. I love Vocaloid music so much. Rowan, it's actually a new old thing. So it is like the V1 version of like what you would see from like my original drawings, but it's, you know, hopefully that makes more sense. I love black and red, every color schemes. I wanted to kind of stick true to like, it was like kind of like also, like the reason I went with like red is like, cause like the Marine Corps color is red and gold, but I didn't want to do red and gold. So I just stuck with red and black instead, cause I thought I was like, oh yeah, that's similar enough. Kind of reminds me of my old uniform in a little bit, like in some ways, but isn't exactly. And that's also why I went with the eye patch, because I wanted to represent like my military service, and obviously Marines, water, you know, it all falls into line. Today I learned Vocaloid characters have lore. Yeah, honestly, I've actually thought about like, so one of the videos that haven't recorded it yet, but this has been on the shelf for a while. So I'll tell you the video concept. So what it is the title of it is, you know, Kasane Teto will absolutely ruin your life. And it's a drawing. It's one of my drawings. Hold on. I can pull it up on screen. Let me pull this down. I don't think we need this up anymore. Give me a second. I'll pull it up on screen so you could see the drawing that I'm going to use for the graphic. All right. So Rain's Refuge, my drawing gallery. Might as well pull it up on screen real quick so you could take a peek. Come on, where is it? Oh, yes, wait. Since we're doing drawings, and I'm gonna pull it up anyways, here, I'll show you, Rowan, since you were asking, like, where the design originally came from. So, the design is from... Where is it? There it is. So, this right here. This was the very first profile picture of Rain. This is how I chose to represent myself originally. This was the first. This was it. This was it. This was the dawn of Rain. So that's where it comes from. OG Rain, yes. I really wanted something that represented a little bit of somberness, a touch of sadness, but like deep introspection. But that's kind of like where you see like the hair comes from, like the little hooks on the hair and stuff like that. That's like kind of like, I've obviously fleshed the character out more. The hair is like, obviously the back part of my hair is changed up. The design is very different now, but you know, there are elements that I really liked about it and kept. Bows. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna say this right now, admit this as an artist. I still can't draw my own goddamn hair bows properly to save my goddamn life. And I'm the one who came up with them. And I still suck at drawing bows. Horrible at it. It's so bad because like it's such a key part of my character. Can't do it properly. All right, anyways, hold on. Let me go back to the thing I was talking about. So here's like all my obsessive Teto art. Teto. Right? We can keep going. There's Teto. This is a Teto comic. I've done a lot of Teto. Alright, why is this loading so slow? There's Teto. There's Teto. But here's the one I'm going to be using for the video. Anyways, the concept of the video is to give like a little bit of a lore explanation, and then the other half of it is the personal half of it. How Kasane Teto Boat ruined my life by becoming obsessed with drawing her for a while and just resonating with her. It's like kind of like a little bit of like cheeky humor, right? Like, oh my goodness, like it is like once you like get hooked on Kasane Teto, all you're gonna do is Kasane Teto stuff. You gotta listen to her music, you gotta draw her, right? Like, that's like kind of the gist I'm going for here. Crunchy audio? Yeah. Maybe PKO said that they'll message me and help me fix the microphone issues that I've been having recently. Audio going through a meat grinder. Hold on. Okay, I turned off. Let's test it. You should hear all of that. Yeah, I just turned off the noise filter. Let's see if it's that. You're gonna hear literally everything though. I have a fan going in the room. You're gonna hear all of the background sound. It's better? I don't know. I don't know, you tell me. I mean, you're getting the unfiltered sound now. Works for now? Yeah, let's just do it. Screw it, I'll figure it out after stream. This is not the time and the place. I don't have the mental health capacity to troubleshoot it right now. I'm just gonna be real. Weirdly good now? Let's just send it in raw. Screw it, we'll just scuff the crap out of it just like everything else. I have never promised a put together professional production. And then we wonder why I've only got like 2K subscribers. Some people probably look at this and they're like, God damn, this girl's an absolute dumpster fire. Oh my god, I bet you can hear everything. We're doing it live. Oh my god, I remember watching that clip for the first time. Rain stream isn't a rain stream without scuff. I mean, hey, at least I bring something to the party, right? When it rains, it pours. Sorry, I'm raining on everybody's parade. Oh, goodness. Do you want polish or do you want punk rock? Raw is real. I agree. You want to know some Rain lore? I used to listen to death metal before Vocaloid music. Seriously, that's all I listened to is just like hardcore death metal. And then I wondered like why like I was so depressed all the time. It's like seriously, that's all it was just like, and not even like the good stuff, like the rah stuff, like the really deep, like I'm talking like really like they're screaming like demons kind. I know, it's so weird. It's a juxtaposition because like now I listen to Vocaloid and Hatsune Miku and it's absolutely cute and over the top most of the time, and it's like, well, all right, that's not entirely true. Some Vocaloid tracks are super dark, right? Like they touch on some pretty deep topics, right? But like just based on sound alone, right? Hopefully that makes sense. In your DMs are links to funny music to lift your moods. Ah, I'm gonna listen to them after the stream. I wish I could listen to them on stream, but like obviously I get copyright strike to oblivion. So you know, I like having my channel. So I'm just gonna probably not do that till afterwards. I can't wait to listen to them though. I love listening to music. If anybody pays attention to me on Discord, which I honestly like, I don't expect anybody to pay attention to me on Discord, but if you do, you'll notice that I'm like very often listening to Vocaloid music. Too much rain is how I hurt my arm. I much preferred this kind of rain. Yeah, I was mentioning that earlier in the stream too. I was like, oh god, the weather is just killing me. Like, all right, here's the worst part about it too is like, now it's like the middle of the day. We're getting towards the middle of the day. It's getting warmer. It's like about 70 degrees. It should feel wonderful. And it does, objectively. It's beautiful. I love the smell of the fall air and the cool, right? And it's like, finally, we're breaking away from the dog days of summer where it's like obliteratingly hot every single day, right? Except I can't physically enjoy it because my body wants to crash the oh god, it just want, like, my hip like feels like it wants to explode. It's awful. And there's nothing I can do about it. It's like one of those things. All right, like one of the things I'm the most reluctant to bring up ever is my chronic pain, because there's no answer to it. Like, all of you could sit here all day and give me advice, and a lot of it will probably help. A lot of it will, but nothing ever like takes that away. And days like this make it like really hard. Like, that's why I was like, I don't know if I could do a game today. That I don't think I can. Like, I don't think I can concentrate on it properly. Oh, and not even the VN Pokeland. Oh, I love that song. I'm just very careful about like what I put on stream, and like that's why usually like if I use music, you'll only see them in videos or in YouTube shorts, because I can properly credit them through like the actual like system, and that's when you'll hear those tracks. Like, so for like the ramen video, I used the Teto song, and it was wonderful because I could actually use it properly and like include it with the short, and like, you know, you know, I don't know. So I had to go for a bit, but I'm back now. What are we talking about? Well, you've all had a wonderful impact on my mood. I've decided to turn my frown upside down and also change clothes in the middle of the stream, which I probably could have phrased that better, but hey, I'm in my new old uniform, so changing it up, trying to shift the perspective, trying to look at things glass half full, but still kind of being realistic about how I feel today. Advice? Nah, I just want to make you coffee and give you a hug. Aw, JBPKO, you're so... Thank you. Chronic pain sucks. It absolutely does. And like where I feel pain is obviously like the worst place possible. It's in my hips. And it's all right. So like, let's be real about it for a second. Like, if anybody's ever been like curious about like what is going on, I'll kind of explain it. So like on the left side of my thigh, from like where your hip joint would be, down to like where my knee is, a dead zone. But it's only like a partial dead zone, so I can still kind of feel it. And what really sucks about that is there is a ball of heat and radiating pain that like is the epicenter from that. And it's vague and it's kind of weird, but it hurts, and it hurts a lot. And I don't ever like have a good way to like specifically pinpoint it down. So sometimes I just like feel like I'm like massaging my like leg or something, and like I don't even know like where it hurts. It's just, I know that whole thing hurts. It hurts like hell. It sucks. it waxes and wanes. Like sometimes I can completely forget about it and get lost in like what I'm doing. And like doing my art and drawing, like that's such a like a great like way to pull myself out of like the chronic pain, because like that all melts away into the background and I could just like focus on something that brings me joy, right? But like then there's like these times when it's just like it's like almost nothing you can do about it, and it's there. You have to live with it. And like I've tried for years. That's why I got off of that horrible medication, but that's why I also started it to begin with, and why I would even consider trying something like that to begin with, right? And now I know, like hindsight's 2020, right? And that medication's bad for me, and it's bad for my health, right? And it's not a good option for me. And obviously getting off of that medication has been extremely impactful the past couple of weeks, right? But it's like, that's where I'm at. Like, I can't give up, but like at the same time I can't like suffer through it. And I don't know, it sucks because like I feel like I constantly am complaining about it like with my friends, and I don't know, I don't want to burn people out on it because there's nothing they can really do about it, but it's like an everyday issue. I could literally wake up every morning and complain to you probably for 20 minutes about like just how bad my body feels. Like, and that sucks. And like I don't want to burning people with that, because like that's you know, that's why I like kind of try to avoid bringing it up on the channel, because like I just don't want to get into that black hole of like where I'm just constantly talking about something that just isn't even gonna go away anyways. I don't know, I'm conflicted there. On the bright side, a dead zone in your leg that has chronic pain means you can become an excellent diagnostician. Oh my goodness. Yes, a lot of people have made... all right, so when I try to tell people how bad it is for me to walk, I do, like, when I do move around, I do very much walk in a very similar manner. It is because I can't, I can't move. One, I can't move my hip that properly. Two, my left foot, like, hold on, let me count how many toes are affected here, because I cannot move 3 out of 5 of my toes on my left foot, which causes a significant amount of balance issues for me too. That's why I say I can't trust it. I can't trust the left one. One, it's in pain. Two, it's got a dead zone in it that I'm not 100% sure if I'm always like fully like stable on it. And then 3, if there is any problems, my toes like can't even help me balance out on my like own foot. So like for so many reasons, it's not a great idea to walk long distances on a cane. So even though I can walk, that's why like I need the wheelchair. I really do need it. Like I can get around sometimes, but like I shouldn't push it. I should never push it. And I have in the past a few times, and I've always regretted it, and I've always ended up getting myself hurt or just otherwise in a bad position. If I had a nickel for every friend I have who went off and mad and it solved the problem and the med was supposed to treat, I'd have 2 nickels. It's tough. I've heard a lot of people say that like it just takes a long time. It's been years though. And like that's the part, like, is like, I know like a lot of you come to this and it's like it's brand new and you're hearing about it for the first time, but you also have to remember I've been living with this for 3 years. 3 years of going through physical therapy, of trying doing different exercises, of pushing myself way too hard, way too far, way too fast, and then trying the opposite and just resting and not doing anything. And like, I don't know. It doesn't get any better than this, at least as far as I've been able to achieve. And I don't want to give up on it, but at a certain point, like, you have to accept it, right? And I have accepted it. It's just, it's hard to live with still. House MD is my comfort show, not gonna lie. It's a problematic fave that does have excellent writing. I love that show. Holy crap, are you kidding me? I love it. I love House. I don't want to walk like he does in any capacity. You know, it looks way cooler and more fun than it actually is. Jeez, actually I should rewatch that show. I bet you I can relate to a lot of how he feels. I can understand too why he's so grumpy all the time. Like the temptation sometimes to get like overly upset about things. I'm sure my chronic pain is also part of the reason why I'm so hard on myself too, so. Like you're already in a negative mindset and you've got that extra dragging you down with it. It's just, I do hope things improve, obviously, but I think it's a good sign to look at everything you've achieved regardless. You're very cool. Aww. If you're going for a House MD rewatch, just be aware there is some severe... Oh, really? Well, thankfully, I'm not, like, overly sensitive to that. Like, wherever... Like, the only times I get, like, really sensitive, and I've unfortunately had this happen a couple of times with some personal relationships with mine, but, like, I've had, like... The people who have been, like, the most transphobic with me, unfortunately, have been people I thought were going to be my friend, or were my friend, or were still my friends. And they just say and do some really shitty things sometimes. And sometimes, like, I don't know it, like, well, no, like, I'm not going to make apologies for them. Like, they need to learn how to talk to people better. Like, that's just, it is what it is, right? Like, you don't tell somebody learning how to wear makeup for the first time that their makeup looks weird. That made me cry. When I asked one of my friends how I'd look with long hair, they told me horrible. That made me cry. Right? Sorry, I don't want to get super into it, but it's just like, I gotta deal with it sometimes too. But you know, it's like, ironic about the whole thing is like, most normal people treat me completely fine. Like, everybody on the internet is totally awesome. Obviously, everybody in this community is super supportive, right? It's always been the people that I thought I was like, I thought we were friends. I guess I'm wrong. Yeah, I fully get that. Rain is very cool, both the streamer rain and the weather rain. I honestly, rain is like, ironically, even though like this type of weather is what causes probably the most distress for my body, is still some of my favorite type of weather. It really is. Listening to the rain is nice. I like the cloudy, like, I don't, there's a reason why I kind of do, like, I was attracted to graphite. I like that kind of feeling, that like middle gray area. And I remember too, one of my like really close friends growing up, they always told me, they're like, you know, they gave me a song and they're like, you know, the rain's a sign of good luck. And that's like such an innocuous thing that they said to me as a child, but it like, I don't know, it always stuck with me. It's just a simple little thing like two kids say to each other. There's a lot of thought that I put into my name. Rain is good for when I sleep. I wish it was still the same for me. Obviously, my relationship with that has changed slightly, but, you know, it is what it is. It's very calming. I agree. What I do now is I do a lot of, like, the raindrop audio things. Like, that works really good for me. That's really good. I like that. Who am I kidding? I've also fallen asleep to like listening to like freaking like super fast beat like Vocaloid music. Like, just being real about it for a minute. We're just being honest. Oh, jeez. I lucked out by not having any friends pre-transition apart from my wife, who is absolutely on her accomplice, not ally arc. Who is absolutely on her accomplice, not ally arc. Wait. I don't want to misunderstand. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I've tried, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just missing the mark on that one. I'm sorry. I don't want to say something and be like, that's good, question mark, and then like be offensive. I'm sorry. Accomplice, not ally. What an icon. Oh, hello, Tumble Dry Shoes. Welcome to the stream. Honestly, I do want to say, like, I know, like, I kind of brought up some stuff that, like, I'm working through and stuff, but I really want to be, like, express a lot of gratitude because I do feel better. It is nice to kind of get it off my chest sometimes, and I promise I'm not going to make, like, a habit of doing this, and, like, it's not going to be, like, every live stream or, like, once a week. So I come out here and be like, here, let me pour my heart and soul out to all of you so that, but, you know, I guess it's nice to kind of just do it and just, I don't know, be open about it, right? Maybe we just need to do more of that. Maybe we could all do more of that, right? Allies can come and go and accomplices are ride or die. Okay, all right. Like, that's the thing. I didn't know how it was phrased. Okay, all right. Now we're good to go. Okay, I think I've got the vibe now. I just didn't want to screw that up because it's like, oh my god. You know what I mean? And, like, here's the thing. Like, when you're on a live stream, right? Like, it is always in the back of my mind, like, it's gonna be on the internet forever. What if somebody's, like, screen recording this stream right now, right? Even if I deleted it off the stream, there's always that chance somebody's got it. If it's on the internet, assume it's there forever. Oh, God. Want to know one of my favorite shows growing up? Whose Line Was It Anyway? I used to love improv comedy. I try to do stuff like that on live stream all the time. I'm not great at it, but that's, like, kind of like where I picked up those vibes. Isn't that show still on? It might be. But if you're, like, looking for when I watched it, it was probably, let's call it early 2000s. So let's call it between, like, 1999 and 2004 is, like, when I peaked watch that show. Rain, when will I end the stream? Probably not going to go more than 15 to 30 minutes more. I try to cap it at 2 hours from now on, so I don't overdo it. I really don't want to do the marathon stream. Sorry, I'm coughing. Hold on. Give me a second to clear my throat. Alright, there we go. That's much better. Remember to hydrate, everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna take a sip of water, too. I've got a huge jug. So I keep a 2-liter water bottle next to me. I try my best to, like, clear that thing at least once a day. But, like, if I can go for 2 safely, I will. But, like, I make it my mission a day, like, to at least finish one of these a day, just to stay on the level. And it's nice to always have a huge bottle of water, too, because, like, I feel like I almost never run out. I don't have to walk very far to get it, too. Like, alright, if we're being real about it, drinking out of a giant straw can be kind of, like, tiring sometimes. But I don't have to walk to the sink all the time and refill my water. Which, you know, when your days are limited in how many steps you can actually accomplish, every step counts, right? Because if I get too tired, then I gotta drag the wheelchair from outside, I gotta bring it in, I gotta set it up, right? And then, like, I can't use the wheelchair up the stairs, like, so that's a problem. Right? Like, it becomes far more inconvenient to push myself too far on that one. It stacks very quickly. It gets to the point where it's like, you know, I just give up. I'm just gonna lay in bed for the rest of the day. Screw the world. Sorry. If you've ever seen me just completely go dead and ignore everything, that's honestly, that's probably where I'm at. I'm probably in bed and I'm just like, F everything, F the world, F Discord, F YouTube. I'm not walking, moving, or going anywhere. I'm done. I tap out, I yield. Just let me just exist for a while. Oh, goodness. Does a hormone injection count as hydrating, or do I still need to drink water? I'd recommend you drink some water afterwards. I'm sure they put some water in it, though. They gotta use something as a, like, wait, what do they call water? The universal solvent? Yeah, they gotta use something as a solvent, right? So they're probably using water. Rain's gotta ration steps, yeah. It's something that I don't talk about a lot either, but it's like, yes, I can walk. My capacity is extremely limited. Here's the thing, I can even get around very short distances without a cane, right? So it's like, I don't need the cane to like literally support every single step that I make. Here's the trade-off on it though. Don't push your luck on that, Rainy. Like, it's one thing to take a few steps to get up to go to the kitchen counter where I can support myself, and there is a huge difference, like, between trying to walk across the yard without my cane. Okay? That is a gamble. So can it be done in very smart, concise ways? Yes. But I do try to keep my cane nearby me all the time because it really does what it's advertised to do. It's for balance. It's to make sure that if I have a little stumble, or if I didn't quite pick my foot up off the ground properly, or my toes just landed weird on the ground and can't compensate for it, I don't trip and fall. Peeps, it was so good to have you here. I hope you have a wonderful evening, my friend. It's actually castor oil, but it's got hydrogen in it. There you go. I'm sure you'll be fine. Everybody, hearts in the chat for Peeps. They've been leading the charge. We gotta give some love back. Send them off with lots of love. Oh crap, this is minus 20 because I spammed too many hearts. There we go. This is so relatable. I'm dealing with this in much less severe, much more temporary form with my arm. I mean, that's the thing too, like, I understand where you're coming from too. It's really hard for me to like sometimes articulate exactly how these things impact me. And I understand too that like, there are just times when like, you can't even explain the struggle. It's just there, it's real. And it's like, holy crap, how do I even get through this? Nothing is worse than Alright, I'll tell you something that comes up in my life a lot that's super annoying when I drop something on the goddamn floor. Holy crap. You want to talk about an exercise of insanity? So here's my options. Let's say I drop my cane on the floor. How does Rain safely get the cane back up into her hands? I pistol squat most of the time. And the only reason that's an option for me is because a very long time ago, I used to do body weight fitness. And I used to do pistol squats. So I can confidently do it and be balanced about it and get down close enough to the floor. But if I try to bend over to do it, I may lose my balance and bonk my head on the floor. If I have anything nearby me, it makes it significantly easier. But if I'm out in the middle of a grassy field and there's nothing to hang on to, guess what? That's pistol squats the way we're doing it. That's how we self-recover from that situation. And I've tried the lanyard and stuff too, but it just gets annoying. Like, you gotta carry that on your wrist, and like, it just becomes a thing you get like kind of tangled up in. It's like, it's just obnoxious. So it's like, what do you do? What do you even do in that situation? And there's been a couple of times too, and I'm just like looking at like the cane dropped on the ground, and I'm looking at myself, and I'm looking at my surrounding situation, and I'm just like, what the hell? How did I even get here? How did I even get here? How am I gonna even get myself out of this? I've done that with the wheelchair too. I've been stuck some places because like I have the crappy $250 like Costco wheelchair that's not really meant to be outside. That's really meant to be like an indoor wheelchair. But I use it for everything, which is why I needed a new wheelchair. But yeah, like that thing, oh god, I've been stuck in that thing a few times. Like if the ground gets uneven, and it's just like people will come over and help, and I'm like, oh god, no, please, please. Like this is so embarrassing for me. Have you considered one of those grabber thingies? I do have one. I use it, but it's like not always within reach. That's the problem. Like sometimes when you drop something on the floor, it's just, like it happens. You don't know when it's gonna happen, and sometimes you're not like the most prepared to deal with it when it comes. So the pistol squat is something that is always been in my arsenal to resolve the issue. I understand there's probably not a lot of people who can do that. My right leg is incredibly strong now. I'm not even gonna, like, if I could put any, like, proper good weight on my left foot and I kick somebody, you probably would absolutely hate your life after that. My right leg is OP. Definitely OP. And I'm so unbalanced, too. I'm pretty sure, like, there's a size difference between my thighs, too. Yes, the left thigh is actually not significantly skinnier, but you could definitely tell. There's one's in way better shape than the other. Entirely valid, yeah. Gonna have to bully my biochemical engineer friend to hurry up with the. Oh my goodness, please. I'll be the guinea pig for that. There needs to be like an Assassin's Creed blade, but like a oh my goodness, that'd be great. You just like flick your wrist up and it just like comes out and grabs something and pulls it back into your arm. Holy crap, that scared the shit out of somebody. Could you imagine? Could you imagine doing that in front of somebody who's completely unprepared? I'd be like, go, gadget grabber. Yeah, I could be like the, I could be like, what, oh no, what was his name? It was not, oh no. What's his name? Something Gadget. Oh no, how could I forget this? What's his name? Detective Gadget? I can't remember. Inspector Gadget. Thank you. Holy crap. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. I was like, drop. Oh. Inspector Gadget. Yeah, it could be like Inspector Gadget. We have the technology. We can put Rain back together again. There we go. We got it. I grew up watching that cartoon as a kid. I grew up with, alright, so here's a couple of cartoons. I grew up with the Pirates of Dark Water. I grew up with the original Beetlejuice cartoon. I grew up with the original Ghostbusters cartoon. I grew up with the original Super Mario Brothers cartoon that they would put on sometimes. And I grew up with Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon. But I didn't tell people that I watched Sailor Moon, because they were already making fun of me enough as it is. Go Gadget Xenial Core Memory. I wish. Jeez, I could use some RAM upgrade today. Can somebody insert some extra CPU and RAM into Rain? I could use the extra resources. Real Ghostbusters and Super Mario Bros. Super Show? How exactly my age are you again? Oh my goodness. Finally, somebody who understands. Like, I know there are going to be people that be like, you watch that? Holy crap, I wasn't even born yet. And I'm like, no, don't phrase it like that, please. Please don't say it like that. They're like, wow, that's ancient. No, that means I'm ancient. That means I'm also ancient. I played the original Mortal Kombat on Sega. I remember the Bit Wars. I don't know why 16-bit was so cool and important, but you know, hey, Sega does what Nintendo don't. That was like the big thing back then. Like Sega just seemed so much cooler. It had Sonic. Who doesn't love Sonic? I remember going over to my cousin's house for the first time and playing Sonic the Hedgehog on their Sega, and I'm like, what is this? I've only ever known the NES and ColecoVision. What is this? What is this wizardry that is on my screen right now, and how does Sonic move so quickly? Download more RAM? Hey, you know, they have a product for that. It's called Soft RAM. We could probably go over to this screen for a little bit. I just realized we had Teto up on screen for like half an hour straight. Not that that's a bad thing, but you know, it is what it is. Great, I heard of the Super Show bit and how I'm thinking of this. So, like, my favorite was the Zelda one. And I always loved how, like, sarcastic Link was in that show. Because anytime Zelda would say anything, he'd go, "Excuse me, princess." And I just thought it was great. Because you would think that Zelda and Link would be, like, a love interest with each other. And I guess they kind of are. But I liked seeing the more, like, realistic, like, kind of like exaggerated couples like arguments that they'd get into. It like added a depth that like even as a kid I picked up on it. I was like, this is silly, this is great, I love this. Excuse me, princess. It was obnoxious, it was over the top. I loved it, I thought it was great. Zelda is Link post-transition, send two. I could see that. I love that one comic. I obviously I'm not going to be able to find it like right off the bat here, but like hopefully people know what I'm talking about. There's that one comic where Zelda is like, "Link, I've been with you. I've seen every part of your adventure." Every single part. And there's like the part where he's dressed up like a girl. And it was great. I loved it. I was like, yes, yes. This is amazing. There's a music YouTuber I found recently too, and they're super comfortable dressing up in girls' clothes while doing like playing their guitar. And I'm just like, yes! Yes, please do more of this. This is amazing, please. Like, I don't know if they're trans or not, or if they just like wearing girls' clothes. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Thank you for doing that. That's very brave. I respect it so much. Also, Rain, would you want me to see if we can get SWAT 4 working in case you want to try it? Absolutely. DM me before or after the stream. I'm probably going to take a pretty long break after this stream, just for anybody who's like curious. I'm probably going to relax and rest, which is something I probably should be doing more of, instead of, you know, recording videos all day and pushing myself to absolute limit. I mean, hey, not his fault. The Grudo are man-phobic. I mean, hey, listen. It doesn't, I mean, hey, we all have to take the first step at some point. I actually had that conversation with one of my friends this morning, and I was like, you know, at some point you're gonna have to dress up like a girl. And they're like, I don't know if I could ever do that. And I'm like, you know, I remember being in the car outside of the store for the very first time on my phone, on Discord, texting my friend, and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't go in there. I can't go in there dressed like this. Completely like crashing out to them. And they're like, it's okay. Nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna care that you're dressed like that. And I'm like, I know, but like, I also don't know. I'm so scared right now. Like, what if somebody's like, why are you dressed like that, right? So anyways, I did end up going into the store. And I was looking at like sunglasses because I wanted to like a nice pair of like girl sunglasses for driving around. And like this lady came up to me and she's like, oh, those glasses look absolutely beautiful on you. And I immediately put them in the cart and bought them. And I just felt so good about it. And like, I don't know, I'm so glad she said something because that was so disarming for me. And I was just like, oh my goodness, thank you for not like calling me out for being dressed up like a girl right now. I had pretty short hair at the time too, because I used to shave my head. So like this is like right like around the time like when I first started HRT. And I was really not at all comfortable like putting on the clothes and wearing the nail polish, but like now I love these things. I don't even give it a second thought. Like I just walk outside now like and just wearing whatever makes me feel the happiest, and it's usually something colorful and something girly. But I get it. It's tough to make that first step though, but you can do it. It becomes second nature. More games need to put their male lead into a dress and with an open back, not gonna lie. Saints Row the Third did a really amazing job with that. I love how ridiculous and over the top the costumes get. And like, you could just do full on gender bender no matter what. They didn't care. They just like, whatever, just have fun with it. That was the best part. But of course, when I played Saints Row the Third, guess what I did? Wait, I've got to find this. I should pull it up on stream. Hold on. Remember how I mentioned, like, I've, like, go, like, ultra masculine all the time? Hold on, wait. I've got to find this. It's so ridiculous. It's so over the top. Give me 2 seconds. I will pull it up on live stream somehow. Give me a minute. I gotta find it. I gotta find it first. You've got to see the screenshot of this character. I took a screenshot of it, too. It should be circa... Oh, geez. When did I take that screenshot? 2018. Holy crap. Holy crap. Oh, my goodness. No, it was before that. Is it circa 2017? Holy crap. This is a long time ago. Where is it? I know it's around here somewhere. I shall find you. Lots of pictures of the snow. Where's the screenshot? You've got to see it, though. It's going to be worth it, I promise. Give me a second to find it. It's here. Where the hell is it? Come on. I know it's here. I promise it's gonna be worth it, chat. I promise. I really promise. You're gonna look at this and you're gonna be like, Rain, what the hell was wrong with you? Oh no. Why can't I find it? I know it's here. Alright, one more quick scan. One more quick scan. I know it's in here. I know it's right around this time in my screenshots. Because I found it the other day when I was looking for something else. No, those are pictures of Thailand. Oh no. Really? I can't find this? Come on now. That's not very good. I know it's here. God damn it. I don't think I can find it. Oh no. Oh, I built it all up and I can't even find the screenshot I'm looking for. That sucks. Hold on, let me just, since I've already put all this time into it, give me one more pass on through my photos, see if I can find it. Ah, I can't. Okay, so anyways, I just basically went for the most masculine, over-the-top character that I could possibly create. Like, it's just full-on muscles, shirtless, tattoos everywhere. It is over the top, right? I could have made any character I want, and I went hyper-masculine on it. Ah, I really... If I can find it, I'll post it in the Discord later. It's so funny. It's hilariously bad. It's over the top, and it's like, why? And I was always picked a male character because I was so uncomfortable with the idea of anybody associating me with female. I'd always be male. Always. Like, I even remember being like, oh, I don't want to play this game because there isn't an option to play as a boy. Like, that's how bad it was. It's like, well, I don't want people thinking like I'm a girl because I'm playing a girl character in a video game. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's like, nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know I'm playing that, right? Like, but I'm so concerned, right? Like, I wish the signs were a little more clear back then. I can't wait till I eventually come out so I can finally start wearing girls' clothes. It's something that you're gonna want to build up to. Hesitate. I'm gonna tell you because it's like, it can be pretty freaky. The thing that helped me the most, like, warm up to it is I used to wear them under my cisgender clothes. So it got me like comfortable, like, physically, because like sometimes like just changing like the type of material you wear and stuff like that, it can be just weird in and of itself. Remove the fact that they're girls' clothes, right? Just the different types of materials and stuff like that, and you're not 100% sure like what you're comfortable with and like what feels good on your body. So like that's a huge factor too, and it can be really, 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 really hard to get like used to it. So I would wear them under like my cisgender clothes, and I just dress up sometimes like I would normally, but like it was still there. It was still present on my body. It just for me, it helped me like get more comfortable, because like I'm still wearing it like while I'm talking to other people in public. Be a girl, what are you, gay? You know, actually I had a friend, not like a friend, but somebody who like has known me, and like when I first started coming out and doing the voice training and my hair was still short, right? Like they literally like they saw me, they kind of saw like that I was different, my beard was gone, right? And like my hair was starting to grow out. I was like talking more effeminate. I'm not gonna say I had a girl's voice at that time, but I was like talking kind of, I had a really bad fake girl's voice for a while. Like that's just the truth of voice training. You're gonna have a bad fake girl's voice for a while. So they heard that voice in me and they're like, what are you, gay now or something? And I'm like, no, I'm trans. I'm trying to project more girl energy. I don't think it was working. It was like lighthearted. It was asked in like a very nice way. I was comfortable like with them. But, like they asked like in a very genuine and a nice way. But they're like, are you like gay now or something? The signs are always clear. Society just trains us to ignore them. Honestly, like that's something I brought up to somebody actually earlier today, and I was just like, you know, I am so like, especially me, especially because I was in the military, I'm so used to being held to such like high, ridiculous standards. But the reason why I did today's stream and opened up a little bit is because we should really make our own standards to live by, right? Like that's what makes us radical. That's what makes us awesome, right? That's what makes us brave and strong and capable of doing this, because a lot of people might not even make that first step. And you know, every time one of us does it, we have the chance to inspire somebody else to make those changes too. My dad, when I came out, we just always thought you were gay. I am. I like girls, Dad. Hey, listen. They landed on they landed on at least 50% of the truth, right? Hey, that's still a better reaction than my father. Crickets. Chirp, 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 chirp. Oh, father, do you remember all those times you called me girly boy and made fun of me for having a diary? Chirp, 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 chirp. Still waiting on a response for that one. God, the temptation is real to just like knock on his door and just confront him. But like, I know he's like, I know exactly how that'll go, which is the door slammed in my face. It might be just good enough for me to just have him see it though. Just for the confirmation. I have no idea if he even knows, honestly. I have no idea. I think he does, and I think he just can't handle it, honestly. Which is great for me. I kind of hope it rocked his world a little bit. Not gonna lie, I don't like the man, if that's not abundantly clear at this point. I have a video coming out in a couple of weeks that kind of goes way, way, way more into detail. I make a little bit light of it now, but it was something like that. That wasn't nice of him to do that to me. Actually, let me look them up real quick, since you brought it up, Paragon. I mean, I'm not gonna go watch their stream, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually try to find them on YouTube real quick. And I'm gonna drop a link. Because I like to be supportive. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me see if I can find them on YouTube. I think it's Nyara VT. Give me a second. Let me just make sure this is the right channel. So give me a second. Display. Hold on, wait. Let me just make sure everything's good to go there. Yep. Okay. And here we go. Is this it right here? Is this the channel? I'm pretty sure this is it. I just want to double check before I drop a link. They stream on Twitch. Oh, so they're not on YouTube? I thought they were on YouTube. So that's my problem, is like I'm so outside of like the Twitch ecosphere. I have no idea how any of that works. Oh, that's her. Okay, good. So she does have a channel. Yay. I thought it was, but I wasn't 100%. That's why I just want to double check. There we go. I'll drop a link for everybody if they're curious. Do you call them Twitchers? I mean, they are very twitchy, aren't they? Okay, that was silly and stupid. Oh my goodness. What the hell is wrong with me sometimes? It's probably because they're always streaming for hours. Not that I'm any better, Mrs. I've done, like, go 10 hours straight, hardcore, Marine Corps style. Jesus Christ, what was I thinking? And the one thing's, like, I got so into that drawing. Like, if anybody doesn't know, I drew, like, for my very first drawing live stream, I did Ame from Needy Streamer Overload. You can still find the time-lapse on the channel, too, if you're curious. I time-lapsed it down to, like, a 10-minute video. But it was 10 hours straight of drawing. And I was so into it. People were, like... A couple of people brought up, they're like, how did you get through that with taking so few breaks? And I'm like, well, it was the very first time I think, like, anybody ever really saw, like, what happens when I get sucked into a drawing. Because I could tell people about it, right? But, like that was, like, you cannot possibly witness a better example of how I absolutely... Because, like, the idea of that live stream was, like, hey, we're going to test this out for a few minutes. I got a new camera, so we can do drawing live streams. So let's test the camera out for a minute. And I started drawing Ame. And then 10 hours later, we somehow are now in Krita. I have no idea how to use Krita. And we're trying to color this thing and draw it properly as a digital art piece. It escalated way beyond what it probably should have been. But it was awesome. I don't take it back. But I also realize I can't, like, continue to do that for, like, my own, like, good health. Once in a while, I guess it's fine, right? But, like, I have a bad habit of, like, overdoing it. Overdrive. That's my superpower. They do videos for YouTube, but they stream on Twitch. I mean, I just do everything on YouTube. That's actually the thing that attracted me to YouTube the most, is I was just like, oh my goodness, like, I could just do everything? Wait, I can upload shorts like TikTok, and I can stream like on Twitch, but then I also can post long form videos. Sold, all in one solution. Beautiful. I'm a YouTuber. And, like, I understand, like, because a lot of people are like, but you'll get so much more traction on Twitch, and I'm just like, I don't know, I don't want to split my audience anymore. I tried it for a while. I don't see the pull over from Twitch to YouTube, and I care more about YouTube than anything else, so it's just like, for me, I'm just sending people off when I really need to be sending them in. Because I do want to switch to long form, medium form, and short form video content. That's something that I've always wanted to do. Talk about topics, make story videos, stuff like that. Live streaming is just something really fun and entertaining that I think we could just all enjoy. That's why I keep doing it. Like, honestly, I wouldn't be here if I didn't. I'm certainly not here for the money. Do you know how little I get paid for live streaming? Even with the ads on, it's like, here's your buffalo nickel. Rain, thanks for streaming today. Don't you go and spend that all in one place now. And it's like, you know, eggs are like $40 at the store. Obviously, that's an exaggeration, right? But it's like, come on. Certainly not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I love it, and I love being here with all of you. And I'm really glad that we could kind of like do something different today. That like, I don't know. I didn't really have like a good thought or plan for this live stream, but I also didn't want to just hide in the corner and just like kind of do the suffer in silence thing either. I kind of wanted to try something different, try to be a little bit more open, try to show like a different side of Rain that maybe you don't always get to see, because I'm usually goofy and funny, and while while that's what I want to be and I want to bring that joy, I'm glad that we can all like have a conversation too where it's a little bit more grounded in reality, and we can kind of just like gently express the things that are troubling us in any capacity. You could buy eggs at the start. I thought human trafficking was still illegal. Oh my goodness. I mean, like, here's the thing too, like the egg thing, it's better now, but like I remember being at the grocery store a couple months ago and I'm just like, oh no, this is horrible. It was cheaper to buy locally, like, because usually like that's like, you know, like heirloom eggs are usually like kind of like a little bit more expensive, so you don't get them as often. They're like more of like a treat. But it's like, I mean, honestly, like now I just go to the local farm stands. Screw it. I can't trust the goddamn grocery stores. Grocery stores in America suck anyways. Most of them. There are a couple good ones, but like I'm not going to show any loyalty to any of them here on stream. Cracking eggs in this in this trans economy? I know, right? Jeez. Maybe I should have waited. I didn't realize I would have increased in value if I had waited to break my egg. Oh, could have timed the market better on that one. All right, it's been about 2 hours, so I think this is probably going to be a really, really good place to end the stream. I just want to say one more time, I'm extremely grateful to everybody who came into the chat, who brought up anything personal they're going through right now, who went out of their way to try to cheer me up, or just sat here and listened. And, you know, some of you sent me songs, some of you just sent and spammed hearts in the chat. I just want to just throw it out there that, like, I really appreciate it. I know this wasn't what we planned on doing today. I'm really glad that I still showed up, because at the end of the day, the thing that makes me the happiest is being with all of you and spending time with you. That's why I'm here. That's why I'll always be here. That's why I don't want to give up on the thing we're doing, because I know how much value I get out of it, and I see everybody like enjoying the safe space that we've created together, and it brings me so much joy, and I don't ever want that to stop, because we need more of that in the world. I just wish, honestly, like my one wish is that, like, I just wish that I could be, like, I could still have that same physical strength and resilience that I used to have before the accident. I know I have strengths in ways that are still incredibly strong and resilient, but it's like sometimes I still wish that I could have that. I really wish I could show you like what I could have done if I had like that 100% power. But, you know, that's the part of life though that like, that was like, that's, it's unfortunate, but you know what? Things worked out the way that they were supposed to work out. You know, I mean, for all the good and bad in my life, I ended up here with all of you in this community, building something that we can all enjoy. So I guess even if those moments are hard, and these moments now are hard, and I know some moments in the future are going to be just as hard, it's worth it, because no matter what happened in my life, I ended up here with all of you, and that's a beautiful thing. All right, I guess on that very sentimental note, I also just want to say a very special thank you to everybody who's been so generous, not only in this live stream, Oh my
A
goodness.
droplet named Miss Anna has joined the rain
I'm so glad I
cloud.
caught that right
Miss
now.
Anna celebrates 1 month of membership.
Miss
You have
Amber,
a wonderful community.
Miss
I'm glad
Anna.
to be
Oh my
here.
god, I almost mispronounced the name at the last minute. I was like, oh, this is why I wanted to end the stream because I'm starting to get really tired. Miss Anna, member for 1 month at Dewdrop. You have a wonderful community. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to have you here. I'm having so much fun with Dungeons and Dragons, by the way. I'm so excited. I'm so glad to have each and every single one of you. Which is why, from the bottom of my heart to yours, thank you. Your individual contributions are what help keep my dreams alive and help improve the quality of the content we all enjoy. But with all of that out of the way, thank you all so much for joining me on this live stream, and I hope everyone out there has a wonderful day.